Hello friends, today onwards we are going to start the new chapter in paper 4 of second semester. What is the paper 4 of second semester? It is analytical techniques and spectroscopy. In this paper we have 4 units. The first one, right, electro and thermal analytical techniques. Second chapter NMR2. Third chapter mass spectrometry. Fourth chapter photoelectron and ESR spectroscopy. So today I am going to start the chapter number 1 of this paper, electroanalytical techniques. So what are electroanalytical techniques and how they are using? So we are going to discuss in this chapter. So friends, electroanalytical techniques are two types. First method is bulk method. The first method is bulk method. In bulk method, we are going to measure, right, the properties of whole solution. So when you take a solution, so for example, so in a conical flask or a beaker, we take a solution. In this solution, we are going to measure the properties of the solution. Here we are going to measure the properties of whole solution here. For example, if you want to measure the conductivity, conductivity measure to this complete solution. So examples are measurement of conductivity of solution. So that depends on concentration of analytes. Second method is interfacial methods. So what are the interfacial method? For example, here you see that I am first taking a one solution. To this I am going to add another solution. When you add these two solutions, we have a two layers. So one is aqueous, another one is organic. Now here, what is interfacial method? In interfacial method, you are going to measure the properties at this junction. So that is called interfacial method. So what is interfacial method? This is going to measure the signal for the phenomena occurring at interface between solute and electrolyte, solution and electrolyte. So for example, determination of pH of solution at pH electrode. So now interfacial methods again classified into two types. First one static method, second one dynamic method. So friends, interfacial methods are again classified into two types: static method, dynamic method. What is the static method? The static method means here when you take when you take in an electrochemical cell, here this is one electrode and it is another electrode. So now here, what is the static method? In static method, there is no current passes through the electrodes. Here, this is whatever the solution present in electrochemical cell, that is called electrolyte. So this is electrode 1, you can consider anode, this is considered, you can say, as a cathode. So what static method? In static method, so there is no passing of current between the electrodes, and the concentration of species in electrochemical cell remain unchanged. That means whatever the concentration present in this electrolyte, so the concentration of electrolyte will be constant. So that is called static method. For example, potentiometry. Next, second method is dynamic method. So what is a dynamic method? So in this dynamic method, when you apply the current, so now this current is flows between the electrodes. The current flows between the electrode. When the current has been flowing between the electrodes, now some electrochemical reaction will take place. So whatever the electrolytes present in the electrochemical cell, so these will undergo some electrochemical reactions. Due to this reason, concentration of electrolyte is going to be changed. This is going to result a redox reaction. Obviously, in electrochemical reactions, at one electrode, at one electrode oxidation will take place. At another electrode, a reduction will take place. So now here in dynamic method, the current flows between the electrodes. Thereby, you can observe the changes in concentration of electrolyte. So now dynamic methods are again classified into two types: controlled current methods, second one controlled potential methods. So now dynamic methods are again classified into two types: controlled current method, controlled potential method. So friends, what is a controlled current method? So now controlled current method is nothing but here potential is controlled. Potential is controlled. In this case, potential is controlled. That means, so here we are going to pass fixed amount of current through the electrolyte. Electrolyte is nothing but analyte. So here this is a electrochemical cell. So in this electrochemical cell we have two electrodes. So this is one is cathode, another one is anode. Now this is called analyte, or you can say electrolyte. This is a analyte, or you can say electrolyte according to electrochemical reaction, electrochemistry. So now some meter will be attached to the cathode and anode. So now what is controlled current method? In controlled current method, the fixed amount of the particular limited amount of current flows between the electrodes. So when it is flows between the electrode, that same current flows between the analyte. So example, so coulometry, controlled current coulometry. Second one, controlled potential method. What is controlled potential method? Here potential is controlled. Here it is again two types. The first one is potential is applied through the analysis. Which type of potential? A constant potential. We are not changing the potential. Constant potential is applied through the analysis. Second one, so in this case example is conductometry, potentiometry, coulometry, amperometry. In second one, so now potential is symmetrically varied. Potential is symmetrically varied. Example, voltammetry. So friends, this is a simple introduction about electroanalytical techniques.